The streets of Washington, D.C. were buzzing with the usual rhythm of daily life. Honking cars, rushing pedestrians, and the occasional street performer drawing a curious crowd. Among the chaos, a hunched figure sat on a weathered park bench near the National Mall. His belongings were minimal: a tattered backpack, a folded blanket, and a cardboard sign that read, "Homeless veteran, please help. God bless." His name was Marcus Carter, a man who had once stood tall in his Marine Corps uniform, but now battled the unseen scars of war and the cruelty of life on the streets. Marcus was a black man with a quiet strength, though the years of hardship had etched lines of exhaustion across his face. It was a crisp November afternoon when fate intervened. A convoy of black SUVs came to a halt near the park, catching the attention of passers-by. Out stepped Donald J. Trump, former president of the United States, flanked by his security detail. Trump had been scheduled to attend a high-profile meeting in the Capitol, but his keen eye had caught sight of Marcus from the car window. Something about the man, his dignity despite his circumstances, compelled Trump to pause. "Wait here," Trump instructed his team, waving off protests from his security chief. With his signature confidence, he strode toward the bench where Marcus sat. Marcus noticed the commotion, but didn't react. It wasn't the first time a powerful figure had passed by without a second glance. But when Trump approached him directly, Marcus raised his eyes in surprise. "What's your name?" Trump asked, his tone unusually soft. "Marcus," came the quiet reply. "Marcus, you're a veteran?" Trump pointed to the words on the cardboard sign. "Yes, sir," Marcus replied, his voice steady but tinged with pride. "Served 2 tours in Iraq, but things didn't turn out so great after I came home." For a moment, Trump said nothing, his expression uncharacteristically contemplative. "This isn't right," he finally said. "A man who served his country shouldn't be sitting on a park bench. Tell me your story, Marcus." Marcus hesitated. Was this just another empty gesture? But something about Trump's demeanor, his unguarded interest, encouraged him to speak. He shared how he'd returned from Iraq with PTSD, how his marriage had crumbled under the weight of his struggles, and how the lack of support systems for veterans like him had left him homeless. As Marcus spoke, Trump listened intently, nodding occasionally. He could see the raw truth in Marcus's words, a reality far removed from the polished halls of power he was accustomed to. "You've been failed, Marcus," Trump said, his voice firm. "Failed by the system, by the people in charge. But that changes today." Before Marcus could respond, a commotion erupted. 2 uniformed police officers approached the scene, their faces taut with authority. "Is there a problem here?" one of them asked, eyeing Marcus with suspicion. "No problem," Trump interjected sharply, stepping between Marcus and the officers. "Unless you count harassing a homeless veteran as one." The officers exchanged uneasy glances, clearly recognizing the man before them. "We were just checking to make sure everything was okay," one of them muttered. "Well, everything's fine," Trump replied, his tone leaving no room for argument. "In fact, it's about to get a lot better for Marcus here." The officers retreated, and Trump turned back to Marcus. "Get your things," he said. "You're coming with me." A new beginning. Within hours, Marcus found himself at the opulent Trump International Hotel, a far cry from the cold bench he had called home. Trump personally ensured Marcus was settled into a suite, complete with a hot meal and fresh clothes. "This is just the start," Trump told him. "We're going to get you the help you need. And not just you, every veteran who's been left behind." Over the next few days, Trump and Marcus formed an unlikely bond. Trump admired Marcus's resilience, while Marcus was struck by Trump's genuine determination to make a difference. Together, they crafted a plan to tackle veteran homelessness, focusing on mental health resources, job placement programs, and affordable housing initiatives. Trump's platform gave Marcus a voice he had never imagined having. At a press conference announcing the initiative, Marcus stood beside Trump, his presence a powerful symbol of the cause they were championing. "This isn't about politics," Marcus said, addressing the gathered reporters. "This is about humanity. No one who's fought for this country should have to fight for a place to sleep at night." The backlash. Not everyone was supportive. Critics accused Trump of using Marcus as a publicity stunt, while others questioned Marcus's motives. Social media buzzed with opinions, both for and against the initiative. But Marcus and Trump remained undeterred. "Let them talk," Trump said during one of their strategy meetings. We're going to let the results speak for themselves. True to his word, Trump personally funded the creation of a pilot program, with Marcus serving as its spokesperson. Together, they visited shelters, spoke with other veterans, and met with policymakers to push for systemic change. The transformation. As the initiative gained momentum, Marcus's life underwent a remarkable transformation. He reconnected with his estranged daughter, found a renewed sense of purpose, and became a beacon of hope for countless others. Trump, too, was transformed by the experience. Marcus reminded me of what really matters, he admitted during a televised interview. It's not about power or politics, it's about making a real difference. A legacy of change months later, the initiative had expanded nationwide, providing housing, counseling, and job opportunities to thousands of veterans. Marcus became a national figure, his story inspiring others to step up and take action. Standing on the steps of the White House, where he was honored for his contributions, Marcus looked out at the crowd and said, "This isn't just my story. It's the story of every veteran who's ever felt forgotten. And it's proof that when we come together, we can change lives." Trump, standing beside him, nodded in agreement. Their unlikely partnership had not only changed Marcus's life, but had sparked a movement that would impact countless others. And so, a chance encounter on a park bench became the catalyst for a legacy of compassion, resilience, and hope. A story that truly went from the streets to the White House.